Well, good morning everyone. Welcome to a very chilly Saturday 11th of December. I'm at Wroxham again and I'm off to catch the train to Norwich. So I checked the train times last night, and if I want to get there for the shops open, I need to catch the 7:57 train. And the next one after that wasn't until 9:03. It gets you into Norwich at 9:21, I think it was. And by the time you walk from the station to Norwich, that's a good, well, I'd say probably about 15, maybe 20-minute walk. So that's already then 20 to 10. So I thought, no, I need to get the early one, and then a 20-minute walk into Norwich. So it'll get me there about, well, it'll get me into the city centre about 25 to 9ish. Grab myself something to eat quickly, and then by the time all those shenanigans are out of the way, then it should be shopping time. But yeah, as you can see, here's the train station, so I need to get my ticket and then wait approximately like 6 or 7 minutes for my train. Update you shortly.
British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
So we got to Norwich. Very quick journey. It's only about 15 minutes from Wroxham. I usually get out of the station and walk up Prince of Wales Road into the city centre, but I thought as I got a bit of time, I'd walk along the river here and walk up past the cathedral and up that way. Although this pavement is very slippery. The station closed up. Considering it's a Saturday and it's about what, 20 past 8 now? A lot of cars about. But as you can see, the water is very still. Not a single ripple. And I did notice there was a lot of rowers on the River Yare to come down past Norfolk this morning. Must be brave to go out in this cold, being next to the water like that, especially if you fell in. Can you imagine that? But that's it for now, guys. I'll show you a bit more in due course. So for any of you that actually don't get into Norwich or don't get to venture out here, there's quite a bit to see. It's not just the shops and the local tourist bits, but it's quite a lot of architecture as well. And obviously you've got your old traditional religious buildings and stuff like that, and you've got the cathedral over there. But even if you haven't got time to come down here on a boat, depending on where you come, you know, where you start off from, you've got the station in Wroxham. Just jump on the train. It's only 15 minutes. There's so much to see and do here. Just as they head towards the cathedral, they start ringing the bells. All but very briefly. Stop now. Not even come here to sightsee, I've maybe come here to do some shopping, but as we're walking past, it'd be rude not to get the old GoPro out. Imagine these properties and roads back in the Victorian times. Hustle and bustle, horses and carts. You know, it must have been a fair sight to see. But anyway, let's start heading towards the city centre now. I need to go and spend some money. This is actually called Toonland down here. I'm not sure what the history is of that, but I'm pretty sure someone knows why it's called Toonland.
Morning.
We're in just going for a little stroll really. I'm not got anywhere in mind of where I'm heading to, but just a bit of an explore. I think this must be the river again here, I assume. Yes. So I'm guessing that must link up with the yacht station. As it meanders through the city. So shopping trip completed. Now back at Norwich station, waiting for my train back to Wroxham. I didn't plan it very well though, because I've got a half-hour wait. The train's not even here yet, and I can't sit on the benches because they're wet, so I've got to stand, unfortunately. But never mind. Yeah, so this is, like I say, Norwich station. A number of routes come in and out of here. You get trains from London, Cambridge. I think there's one from Nottingham as well, maybe. We've got Great Yarmouth, obviously, Sheringham, which is on the line that I'm going on. Probably a couple of others as well, which I can't quite remember. But yeah, it's currently coming up. Well, you saw on the clock just now, actually, 16 minutes past 12. So head back to Wroxham, have something to eat, and then go for a little explore about somewhere. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. So, Welcome to Richardson's in Stalham. I went into Roy's when I was in Wroxham, got a couple of bits, and then mooched down to, well, I say mooch, went down to Potter. I had to go back to the apartment because I had to get some bits from Roy's food hall, so I needed to put them in the fridge, so I didn't want to leave them in the car for too long, but so I had a quick look in Latham's. Detoured the bakery this time. I looked but didn't touch, so I'm very proud of myself for that good work. But yeah, so as promised yesterday, I said that we would be coming to a couple of boatyards, so this is the first one really. Probably be the only one I do today, but as I know, I like to keep my promises once in a while. So yeah, this is Richardson's then. Quite a few spaces on the moorings. I don't know whether that's because a lot of them are out the water in the shed here. You got one shed here, you got the wet shed which is for private craft a bit further down, and you've got where you can just see the top of it over there, another workshop which they keep the boats in for the winter months and do maintenance. So yeah, either they've got a lot out of the water at the moment, or they've sold quite a lot, so I know there's quite a few for sale. So let's take a wander along the moorings. So yeah, you might recognise a few of these boats, either you've hired them yourself, or you know people that have hired them, or you've seen them going down the rivers. But as you can see, they're very much laid up at the moment, waiting some TLC. I need to be very careful on this walkway because it is very slippery. I've noticed a couple of boats actually have got like this one there, I've got put in planking on some of the windows, so whether the windows are being replaced I don't know, could be a possibility. And we've got Magic Gem here which has been left open. Tempting for squatters, well I'm not sure squatters would think about trying a boatyard to try and find someone to keep, you know, get their head down for a night. It'd be very cold, but then probably be warmer than sleeping outside, wouldn't it? So anyway, let's not talk about squatters, that's not what we're here for. Just trying to make sure that I... Oh, this funky rope. Oh, it looks very cheap actually. Yeah, it was very cheap. It just looked like it was two-tone blue when I was walking up to it. So I'm going to have to be splitting these videos on the walk around of the boatyard into segments, because when downloading the footage it doesn't like big files, so I'll be splitting them up. So that might be, you might notice a pause between some parts of the filming. That is the reason why. Water levels aren't too bad at the moment, but then we've not had any rain today. It's been cold, it's been cloudy with some outbreaks of sunshine, but it's not rained, and the wind has disappeared as well. As you can see, literally there's no movement. Well, there's a little bit of movement, but nothing compared to what there was yesterday. So I will, like I say, I will walk up and down various keys. I think this one's called Lapwing Key, and you'd probably recognise this area for when you were picking up boats such as Challenger, Acapulco, Pink and White Champagne. They're all moored along here majority of the time, but I believe they are all up for sale. And just down past the main marina office is actually a, I think they're called an Ideal 40 something, 46 maybe, Ideal 46, I think that's the make and model, but it's out of the water, you can just see it over there. But we'll have a look at that in a minute when we get around there. That's White Champagne. So yeah, like I say, keep an eye out on here to see if there's any boats you recognise. We've got Dominica here, which I'd love to hire, but not on my own sadly. It's an ex-Porter and Haylet connoisseur, which actually was never used as a hire boat. It was always in private hands, and Richardson's bought it off a private owner. So just one thing to point out, at night time if you're driving along here, all these boats here are covered in Christmas lights, fairy lights. So if you drive past in the dark, it's quite a sight to see. Nice touch, really. I'm not going to be talking all the time, don't worry. If there's nothing to say, then I won't say anything. So if there's periods of silence, some people will like that. Most people will like that. Some people like a little bit of a commentary. Like I said, that's the another shed where they do their maintenance on the boats.